Could our secondary survive without its most dangerous playmaker? We are counting down the top 25 Rams for the 2026 season, and today we are looking at the defensive back who has turned into an absolute nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. His range and ball production have become the heartbeat of our defensive scheme, allowing us to stay aggressive even when the rest of the unit is struggling. Is he the most important piece on the field? Let's dive into why this young star is absolutely vital to our success. Smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment before we break it down. Cam Kinchens enters the 2026 season as the number 20 ranked player for the Los Angeles Rams, cementing his status as a vital playmaker in the secondary. Drafted in the third round of the 2024 NFL Draft, Kinchens quickly transitioned from a standout at Miami to a high-impact contributor at the professional level. His college tenure was defined by historic ball production, as he became the third player since the legendary Sean Taylor to record double-digit interceptions during his time in the ACC. This flair for finding the football translated immediately to the pros, where he made history as the first rookie defensive back to secure multiple Defensive Player of the Week awards in a single season. Throughout his first 2 years, Kinchens has been a consistent presence in the defensive backfield, totaling 6 interceptions and 12 passes defended. A defining moment of his young career occurred during his rookie campaign when he returned an interception for a touchdown against the Seattle Seahawks, showcasing the exact type of game-altering potential that earned him this ranking. As the Rams continue their countdown of top performers for 2026, it is clear that his ability to create turnovers has made him an essential component of the defensive game plan. Fans often cheer "Ram it" when the defense comes up with a massive takeaway, and Kinchens has consistently provided those moments. His development over the past 2 seasons has been methodical and impressive, proving that his selection was a shrewd move by the organization. With Kinchens entering his 3rd year, he is expected to build upon these early successes, serving as a primary catalyst for the defense's secondary rotation, while continuing to force opposing quarterbacks into costly mistakes that shift the momentum of critical matchups. The importance of Cam Kinchens to the Los Angeles Rams defense cannot be overstated, especially when analyzing his performance as a coverage safety. Last season, Kinchens secured 2 interceptions, both coming in a pivotal Week 11 victory over the Seattle Seahawks. This performance placed him among an elite group of only 4 Rams defenders to record multiple interceptions during the previous year. His capacity for game-changing plays is a luxury that defensive coordinator Chris Shula utilizes to maintain pressure on opposing offenses. Despite being only in his 2nd season, PFF ranked Kinchens 10th among qualifying safeties in coverage, highlighting his exceptional range and discipline in deep secondary assignments. This level of technical proficiency is significant because it provides the coaching staff with tactical flexibility. When Kinchens is patrolling the back end, it enables Chris Shula to be more aggressive with his defensive schemes, effectively compensating for average cornerback play elsewhere on the field. This tactical advantage demonstrates why Kinchens is considered such a cornerstone for the 2026 defensive vision. He is not merely a depth piece. He is a specialized coverage asset who understands how to navigate complex route combinations while maintaining the integrity of the secondary. His presence forces opposing coordinators to account for his range, which often dictates how teams choose to attack the Rams through the air. By effectively shutting down deep threats and putting himself in positions to challenge passes, Kinchens allows his teammates to play more confidently. As the Rams prepare for the challenges of the upcoming campaign, his consistency will remain a focal point. He is a player who thrives on the high-stakes nature of the secondary, and his continued rise in efficiency remains a top storyline for the defensive unit as they look to stifle aerial attacks throughout the year. Understanding why Cam Kinchens matters for the Rams requires looking at the evolving landscape of the team's defensive philosophy. In recent years, the organization has shifted its approach toward the safety position under Chris Shula, moving away from past trends of limited investment. By signing Quentin Lake and Cam Curl to significant deals, the franchise has prioritized versatility and depth in the secondary, often employing 3 or 4 safeties simultaneously to mitigate vulnerabilities against modern passing offenses. Within this specific strategy, Kinchens has emerged as the premier coverage specialist of the group. His ability to cover ground and track the ball provides a specific skill set that is fundamentally different from his peers. This depth chart positioning is crucial. While the Rams have reserves like Tanner Ingle and Nate Valcarcel, They do not possess the same specific playmaking trajectory or coverage efficiency that Kinchins has displayed. If the team were to lose his production, the defensive alignment would face immediate pressure to compensate. The current plan would likely involve shifting Quentin Lake into a deeper role while rotating various personnel at the nickel spot to fill the void. This highlights that while the Rams have constructed a deep safety room, Kinchins occupies a specific high-value niche. His role is to bridge the gap between aggressive front seven play and the stability required in the backfield. Because Shula relies so heavily on multi-safety looks to solve problems at linebacker and cornerback, the absence of a reliable deep coverage player like Kinchins would fundamentally alter the team's capacity to remain unpredictable against opposing quarterbacks. His presence essentially serves as a safety net that allows the rest of the defensive unit to play with more intensity and confidence, knowing that the deep zones are being patrolled effectively. The 2026 season represents a critical juncture for Com Kinchins as he aims to solidify his role as a key contributor. While he is third in the current pecking order behind the veteran duo of Quentin Lake and Cam Curl, his value as a complementary starter is undeniable. The distinction between a foundational piece and a specialized starter is subtle but meaningful in the context of the Rams' 2026 objectives. Kinchins functions as an elite plug-and-play coverage asset whose specific range is not easily replicated by others on the roster. The concern for the Rams, should he face any time off the field, lies in the drop-off of defensive range and turnover production. If Kinchins were forced to miss action or if he experienced a step back in his development, the tactical options available to Chris Shula would diminish significantly. An offense that can attack through the air without fear of Kinchins' sideline-to-sideline coverage becomes a much more dangerous opponent for the Rams' defense. This is why his growth this season is being monitored so closely by the staff. He is not just a role player, but a potential anchor for the secondary's future. His trajectory is that of a player who is only scratching the surface of his capabilities. By forcing turnovers and limiting passing windows, he creates opportunities for the entire team to succeed. The Rams are banking on his continued maturation to ensure that the secondary remains an area of strength rather than a liability. Every snap he takes serves to deepen his understanding of the professional game, and as the 2026 season progresses, the expectation is that he will continue to demand more playing time through his sheer ability to shift the outcome of games with his unique, instinctual style of play. Looking at the broader roster construction for 2026, Com Kinchins stands out as one of the most promising young talents within the Rams organization. Although his primary designation is as a complementary player, his specific set of skills makes him a vital cog in the defensive machine. The Rams may be able to function without him in a pinch, but the visual identity of the defense and its ability to generate momentum-swinging takeaways would suffer. His ranking at number 20 acknowledges the reality that while he may not carry the heavy load of a veteran leader like Lake or Curl, his specific contributions are high leverage and difficult to replace. As the team moves forward, Kinchins serves as a perfect example of the type of drafting efficiency the franchise has aimed for in recent years. By identifying a player with his ball-hawking history at Miami and successfully integrating him into the defensive rotation, the Rams have gained a significant edge in secondary coverage. The challenge for 2026 is maintaining that high level of output while continuing to integrate him further into the defensive scheme. His development is a testament to the hard work put into the secondary since he arrived in the league. With his coverage range already tested and proven against some of the more difficult passing attacks in the conference, he is prepared for the rigors of another challenging season. The coaching staff understands that his ability to generate turnovers is his greatest asset, and they will likely continue to scheme ways to put him in positions where his instincts can shine. As he matures and gains more experience in this defensive system, Kinchins will continue to be a name that fans and opponents alike recognize as an explosive, game-changing presence.